Hi, I am Mr. Madrilejos, your high school math teacher. I am willing to help you with your math problem. Shoot me an email. Just don't forget to like and subscribe my videos. Good morning. We are here, we're going to solve a linear equation, solving for equation. I have 3 examples here, like easy, medium, and hard. So we're going to start with the first number. This is 6r plus 7 is equals to 13 plus 7r. Okay, the vocabulary words that we're going to use are isolate, inverse or opposite or undo, like terms. Those are the words that you're going to hear in this topic. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is look for the variable. I have 2 variables here, which is 6r and 7r. So if you see this equation is equals to this equation. So what I do with my student, I draw like a fence. Okay, so it means, what does it mean for the fence? Every time I move around numbers, you change the sign or you do the inverse sign. My target right now is isolate r should be a positive r. So I need to like plan how to do it. 6 is smaller than 7. So if I move 6r to the other side of the equation, I'm subtracting 6. Okay, so I'm subtracting 6r. Again, the reason I'm subtracting 6r because I want my r or my variable as positive. So I subtract 7 minus 6. This becomes 1r, or just leave it as r. They're the same. 7 over minus 6 is 1r. The next step I'm going to do is, I have still this number here. I need to move it to the other side of the equation. Remember, if we're moving numbers to the other side of the fence, we're changing the sign. So I'm going to subtract 13 here to 0 out, minus 13 here. So this time I have plus 7 minus 13. My answer here is negative 6. So my final answer here is r negative 6 is the same as writing them as r equals negative 6, whichever you prefer. So that's the first question. Okay, let's go on the second question. The second question looks like tedious, so many things. It's negative 14 plus 6b plus 7 minus 2b equals 1 plus b. The same thing I'm going to do. That I'm going to divide these 2 equations, the equation on the left and equation to the right. I need to divide them so I know how can I start. I'm gonna start with the equation on the left side because I need to like clean the mess. It's like, look, so many things going around. So I need to clean the mess. I'm going to start with the like terms. What's like terms? Like terms are a term that are the same. Let's say it's b, the variable b. Look for another term there that has b. So these 2 are the same. The rule in algebra is you can combine like terms by adding or subtracting. So 6b minus 2b gives me 4b. Okay. And the next terms that are the same are this, negative 14 and positive 7, they are numerical. So we can do that. Like negative 14 plus 7 is negative 7. Okay. Remember, that my B is a positive, for B is positive. Now I clean up the mess on the other side. Okay. So I'm going to rewrite the process here. Five B. This is 5B. Okay. Now, the same thing I did in the first question. I'm going to look for my variable. I'm going to move the variable, the smallest variable, from the other side of the equation to the other side of the equation. The reason is my target is to isolate the variable in a positive sign. The only way I can do that is move the smallest number. Minus 4b minus 4b. This gives me 1b. Like I said earlier, we can put 1 or just b. And this gives me 0. The next thing I'm going to move is this number here. The inverse of positive 1 is negative 1. So I'm going to subtract. This cancels out. This 0 out. Actually, that's 0 out. Negative 7 minus 1 is negative 8. Negative 8 is equals to b. We can write it b is equals to negative 8. Question number 3. Okay. The hard question looks hard. No doubt. Negative 31 minus 4x is equal to negative 5 minus 5 parenthesis 1 plus 5x. So first step, draw that fence there. That's the first step. Second step, I'm going to start with the equation looks messy. I need to clean up the mess. So I'm looking at the right side of my equation. Okay. But first, how can I start? If you remember the word PEMDAS, P stands for parentheses. Parentheses, inside the parentheses are group of numbers. Answer everything inside the parentheses. But in this equation here, I don't see anything that I can add or subtract or multiply because they are different term. Different term. This is with x. This is just numerical. So what I can do is outside that parenthesis, there's a negative 5. I can distribute negative 5 multiplied by 1. That gives me negative 5. That's the new number there. Negative 5 multiplied by positive 5 is going to be negative, but it's going to be 25x. Those are the new number there. And I'm going to leave the old number here with purple. 1 minus 4x. So the new numbers are negative 5 minus 5 minus 25x. Next, I need to figure out, there's still something to clean up here. This two number here, negative 5 minus 5. Rules of algebra. If you have the same sign, use the sign. And add 5 plus 5, 10. That's my new number there. I'm going to copy this here, minus 25x, and copy this here. So this time we are on the easy equation like number 1 we have here. So like I said, I'm going to look for a variable that's going to be a positive. Okay. So I have two variables here, which is negative 4x and negative 2x. Actually, one variable, two terms. So for me, if I move my plus 4x here and plus 4x there, this answer will still be a negative. So I don't want that. I want my variable as positive. So I want this 25, negative 25 to move on the left side, to the left side of the equation. So the inverse of negative 25x is positive 25x. And positive 25x here. So this time I can do something. I can have positive number here. So a negative 4 plus 25, the higher number carry the sign. So the higher number is 25, we subtract. 25 minus 4 is 21, positive. I'm going to bring down my numbers, the old numbers here, negative 31, and this minus 10 here. So this is positive. So this time, looks like we're like close to the step. I'm going to move my 31 to the other side of the equation. So I'm going to do the opposite of negative 31 is plus 31 and plus 31 here. This gives me 21 a positive. Let me extend my friends here. So this gives me 0. And I'm going to just drop this down here as negative positive 21x. I'll just leave it like 21x. They're the same. The final, remember that 21x, what does it 21x means? 21x means is 21 times x. So it's a multiplication, it's like 21 times x. The inverse of multiplication is division. So whatever I do on the left side, I need to do it in the right side. So if I divide this by 21, I need to divide by 21. So of course, 21 by 21 is 1. So let me write it here. X equals 21 divided by 21. It's also 1. That would be our final